This video is for CenturyLink. Back in 2023, CenturyLink harassed me for 2 years, all the way up to 2025. I called them up. I had witnesses to the phone call for me to disconnect the internet because in April of 2023, we had to sell the house because we couldn't afford it. My mother just passed away like 6 to 9 months prior to me having to cancel the internet. Anyhow, I called them up. I had them on speakerphone. I had my witnesses witnessed what they said to me. They told me they would send me the QR code to send their equipment back. I didn't get the QR code until July of the same year. I got harassed from their debt collectors. From them, I got emails, text messages, phone calls. I took pictures of everything that I have. I still have the evidence to this day on that. They discriminated against me. They knew I had a disability at the time, and I still do to this day. I was on the Affordable Connectivity Program back then, and they just ignored the phone calls. I mean, they just ignored me, period. Like they didn't do anything wrong, but they did. Like I said, they discriminated against me. They harassed me. They caused me mental and emotional distress, pain and suffering. And if people out there know, you know about the Disability Act. The Disability Act protects the people that are disabled or have a disability from people like CenturyLink. And there's a lot of rights in there for people with disabilities. And I'm going to continue putting these videos up on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X until they actually decide that they want to come back with actually want to settle with me instead of playing games, thinking they didn't do anything wrong. My thing is, I'm beginning to think maybe I should get the Attorney General's office involved with this matter. And I'm also thinking about going and getting arbitration to settle this. A mediator, in other words. So I'm not going to let them get away with it. And I've been pushing this matter for months, and they just ignored me. And they decided to sell a portion of their company to AT&T. If they think that's going to stop me from posting videos or whatnot, I'm going to keep doing it until they actually decide to settle with me. They know they're in the wrong. And stop sending your employees with some BS. Oh, you don't owe us anything anymore. It doesn't matter. You harassed me for 2 years. You caused me mental and emotional distress. You caused me pain and suffering. You discriminated against me because you knew I had a disability. And you refused to answer the demand letters that I sent you. So, if you if they want to settle this matter, they can call me at 307-369-2303, or just send me an email at jdrscrappy@msn.com, and we can settle it without it becoming really messy. So, yeah, and I just don't want to see this happening to other people with disabilities out there, with CenturyLink or AT&T or anyone really, causing them this kind of trouble for this long of time. Eventually, I don't know. It's just wrong that they can get away with it and they think they're immune to the law. They're not immune. They've been sued several times for billing issues and all that. I've had billing issues with them too, but hell, the only thing I want compensation for is the discrimination, the mental and emotional distress, the pain and suffering they caused me for those 2 years. And they seem to think that sending their employees saying, "Oh, you don't owe us anything," like it's all good. It's not all good. 2 years of harassment, 2 years of you causing me mental and emotional distress, pain and suffering, and you think you don't owe anything? You do. And you should compensate me. And you should get a hold of me, and we can negotiate a reasonable price. So, that's it. Anyway, I'll keep posting these videos until they actually want to settle with me. Okay, y'all have a nice day. Hi guys, my name is Jeffrey Scrack. I know I keep repeating, re-uploading the same videos that I've put on here before about CenturyLink. In 2023, I asked CenturyLink to disconnect my internet because I had to sell the house because my mother passed away like 4 to 6 months prior to me getting a hold of them to have them disconnected. I called them up. I said I needed it disconnected by April 14th of 2023. They said they would send me a QR code so I can send back their equipment. It took till July to get the QR code so I can send back the equipment. And also, I had my sister and niece were in the room at the time. I had it on speakerphone when they said that. I never received the QR code. I had to call them several times. I had to call them all the way up until July to even get them to actually send me the QR code. Okay, on Facebook, one of their employees contacted me. He wanted all my billing information, what the address was, and all that for back then. He got back to me quickly and he said, "Oh, you don't owe us any money." I'm like, it doesn't matter. The bill could be gone, but you harassed me for 2 years, nonstop for 2 years, with text messages, emails, phone calls. You had your debt collectors coming after me. And it was nonstop in that period. And they also discriminated against me because they knew I had a disability because I was on the Affordable Connectivity Program back then. I sent them 3 demand letters. And I've got the proof of that. I still have the receipts for each month one of those demand letters was sent through certified mail to them. I have the receipts to prove that. I also took pictures of all the phone calls that I received from them, all the text messages, all the emails from them and their debt collector back then. And this is something I wouldn't falsify, especially with two witnesses, man, of what they did. They witnessed the whole thing that it caused me in this period, in that time frame, from 2023 to 2025. They witnessed it. And CenturyLink refuses to get a hold of me, refuses to compensate me. I mean, it's just wrong. And my biggest issue is, if they did that to me back then, what makes people out there think that they won't do it to them down the road, disability or not? I mean, someone has to speak up for the disabled and the non-disabled, so they don't get, literally screwed over by them. My personal opinion, my personal thing on it is that they do owe me compensation. They harassed me for 2 years. You think harassing someone for 2 years isn't illegal? I mean, dude, harassment is harassment. But not only did they harass me, they discriminated against me, knew about my disability. I was on the Affordable Connectivity Program at that time when I had them for my internet. And they feel that they don't owe me anything. I mean, it's like, oh, we don't owe you anything. We didn't do anything wrong. We shouldn't compensate you. That's how they see it. That's how bad they are. I keep putting videos up here. I keep repeating the videos I add to all the 4 platforms that I'm on. Facebook, YouTube, X, and TikTok. I mean, seriously, I don't want to see this happen to anyone else. And if I can get help with this matter against them, a legal lawsuit, or someone can tell me how I can handle this situation. I mean, it's really bad what they did to me. And they still think they're going to get away with it. And I'm not going to let it go until it's settled. Either legally settled, or them coming to my house, calling me, or me getting a piece of mail saying, oh, this is how much we're going to compensate you for, blah, 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 Until they're willing to sit down and talk to me about compensation, I'm never going to let this matter go. I don't care if it takes me 10 years to keep this up. I don't care if it takes till the end of my life for them to get me compensation. Of course, if it takes me till the end of my life, I'll just turn all the evidence all the way over to my sister and my niece. And they'll continue it. So, if they want to get a hold of me, they know how to get a hold of me. Like past videos, I gave them my address, I gave them my phone numbers, my email, and I'll do it this one last time. I'm not going to give my address, but I'll give them my phone number because they already have my address. It's 307-369-2303 or 307-369-3516. My email address is jdrscrappy@msn.com. If you want to talk about compensation, you can either email me or call me, so we can settle this like decent human beings instead of it being dragged out for as long as it's been dragged out. And we're getting closer and closer to going into another year. And I do know in the state of Wyoming, if you sue them, you can sue up to 10 times the amount of the original price that I was asking. So 10 times the amount. They have to think about that as well, because 10 times what I asked them in the third demand letter, that's going to be a lot of dough. But anyhow, it's just, they should just compensate me for what they did. They don't realize they did something wrong. They think they didn't do anything wrong, but they did. And they should compensate me for those 2 years of harassment, the discrimination, the mental and emotional distress, the pain and suffering. So, thank y'all for listening. Bye. Hi guys, my name is Jeffrey Scrack, and I've come to the realization that CenturyLink isn't going to respond to any of these videos or even give me compensation. So what I'm going to do is just file criminal charges against CenturyLink based on the pain and suffering, the mental and emotional distress, the discrimination, the harassment for 2 years. I figure filing criminal charges is better than suing them. I'm not going to let them get away with what they've done. I mean, I don't want to see the same thing that happened to me happen to someone else later down the road, whether they have a disability or not. They knew I had a disability. I was on the Affordable Connectivity Program at the time. They knew about it, and they took advantage of it. So instead, I'm just going to file criminal charges. I said, screw getting a lawyer and suing them. Just file charges against CenturyLink, and it will work pretty much the same way as suing them. So I'm just going to go that way. Thanks. Hi, my name is Jeffrey Scrack. I have a problem with CenturyLink and AT&T. I sent several demand letters to CenturyLink and one via through an email to AT&T. Back in April of 2023, I told CenturyLink to disconnect my internet, and they didn't. This was after my mom passed away. They harassed me for 2 years, from April 2023 to 2025. They caused me mental and emotional distress, pain and suffering. They discriminated against me because they knew I had a disability, because I was on the Affordable Connectivity Program at the time. I'm just really getting tired of sending demand letters to them when they don't even respond. They think they're right, but they're actually wrong. I was also told that I no longer had a bill with CenturyLink. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You caused me pain and suffering, mental and emotional distress. You discriminated against me for 2 years. You kept on harassing me with phone calls. You sent your debt collectors at me. You sent your debt collectors after me, and I had to deal with them for 2 years. I took pictures of every phone call I received from from CenturyLink back then, and from their debt collector on my iPhone. I took pictures. I have witnesses that witnessed the phone call. I also have witnesses that saw the mental and emotional distress I was going through due to the phone calls, due to everything. These guys feel like they're not responsible. They shouldn't compensate me. They should compensate me because they're the ones that caused the problem, the mental and emotional distress, the pain and suffering, and the discrimination. They should be accounted for it, and they should pay me compensation because that's what they should do to make things right. They're not making things right. 3 demand letters, and they never called, emailed, anything. So I'm fed up with their BS. I'm really fed up with it. And there's some people saying CenturyLink doesn't exist. Well, if you go on the web and you look it up and you call their phone number's still active. Even though it's Lumen Technologies is what CenturyLink actually is. So anyhow, the way I see it, they owe me compensation for those 2 years that they did this, that they harassed me for. I've got witnesses, I got evidence, and I need to get a lawyer that will handle this kind of lawsuit, and I might as well just make it a class action lawsuit against CenturyLink and AT&T. Considering AT&T bought out that portion this year, and they can be held responsible for what CenturyLink did. I mean, or I can just go after CenturyLink because CenturyLink is the one who caused the problem. I mean, I just need someone to help me, or a lawyer that's not afraid of CenturyLink or AT&T to step forward, get a hold of me. I'll give you all the ways you can get a hold of me. My phone numbers are 307-369-2303 or 307-369-3516, or you can email me at jdrscrappy@msn.com or jdrscrappy@hotmail.com, or you can send me letters or send me something saying that you'll take the case to my home address, which is 218 South Greeley Highway, Las Vegas 46, Cheyenne, Wyoming 82007. I'd really like to get this settled, and I really would like to get some compensation for what they did to me. Thanks.